Come.
Okay. Psalm 67. Yahweh be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us, Salah. That thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O Yahweh. Let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy. For thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon earth, Salah. Let the people praise thee, O Yahweh. Let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and Yahweh, even our own power, shall bless us. The Most High shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. Bahashem, Hamashach Yahushai, the water of the God, Amen.
Man. Sharpen, be seated. Shalom, shalom, shalom. We are here at another Wednesday Wisdom class. I am Captain Shamshawan, and I'm here with Captain Shamuala. We're about to go into a topic tonight called the wicked of the earth, Esau. How do we know Esau is the wicked of the earth? We're about to touch on some prophecies and scriptures to prove without a shadow of a doubt that who Esau is. Most people try to say we go by skin color. That's only a little bit of what we go by. And that also goes with everything else. It's not based on skin color. It is based on the prophecies written of in the scriptures. The Most High left a blueprint on how to pinpoint who's who that's walking the earth today. So let's get started with Colossians chapter 3, verse 17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17.
Come.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed,
Do
all in the name of the Idol One, Hamashach Yahushai. Give it thanks to Yahweh and the Abba by him.
So whatever we do in words or deed, we always going to give thanks to the Most High that's in heaven in the name of Hamashach Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So let's get this started. Give me Isaiah 34 and 16 so we get some understanding on who is the wicked of the earth and how we should even deal with these scriptures to pinpoint who's the wicked of the earth, so we can have this understanding. So after today's class, now mind you, we done touched on this topic before. The elders did, and most people in schools touch on this topic, but then there's always some loose doctrine coming out talking about, oh no, it's these people is Esau, no, this people is Esau, oh no, this is Esau. But we about to go over all those things, and we're going to really pinpoint who is Esau today. We already know Esau is the wicked of the earth, but who is he? And the scriptures let us know who he is. Read that from the King.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 16.
Come.
Seek ye out of the book of the Most High and read.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Keep reading.
No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
So read that verse 17 for me again at the top so we can get the understanding on that, because it says what? Verse 17.
Verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And he hath cast a lot for them.
No, Salaki. Wait, where was that? Oh, 15, Salaki.
15?
Come.
Okay. The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 15.
Come.
There shall the great owl make her nest.
17. I just
17.
said, yeah, 17.
34, 17?
34, 17, yeah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And he hath cast a lot for them,
Yeah.
and his hand hath divided unto them by line.
So the Most High divided the scriptures by line. So in order to get understanding with the scriptures, you go precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little and there a little. So start at the top of 16 again for me.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 16.
Come.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
You got to seek out of the book and start reading the book. You got to put this stuff to the test. You got to study to show thyself approved. Keep going.
No one of these shall fail.
No one of these shall fail. None of the prophecies written of in the scriptures are going to fail. Keep going.
None shall want her mate.
Nothing can compare to the scriptures that's in this Bible. People try to use other books to try to get understanding to go along with the Bible, but nothing can want her mate. The book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees, the book of Jasher, the book of Thomas, the book of Mary Magdalene, the book of what's the other dude who hung himself? Judas, the book of Adam and Eve, Josephus. None of these books, and even other books, we still use other books, even Babylon or Timbuktu, the Promised Land. All these though are historical books based on proof that the scripture already said this. That's it. Because some of our people don't believe in the Bible, but we go by what these scriptures say first and foremost. This is our measuring stick to any other knowledge that comes up. Keep going.
They shall possess it forever.
They going to possess this book forever. These prophecies written in this book. Keep going.
From generation to generation shall they dwell therein.
We're going to dwell generation from generation in this book. Let's get on Ezekiel 37. Start at verse 3. Because we got to get some understanding today, because a lot of people say this is a doctrine taught by a school. But if anybody has any understanding, the Most High gives the understanding to these scriptures. Hold on. Let's prove that. Psalms 111 and 10 real quick. Hold that right there for me. Psalms 111 and verse 10. So we can really get some understanding. Because people always try to, oh man, taught you this and that. No, the Most High opened our understanding to this. Because we did our due diligence. Keep going, King.
The book of Psalms chapter 111 and verse 10.
Come.
The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom.
So to get wisdom, you must first fear the Most High. Keep going.
A good understanding.
A good understanding, not a basic understanding, not a simple understanding, but a good understanding of what's going on in the Bible. You must first do what? Keep going.
Have all they that do his commandments.
Is that what?
That do his commandments.
So you got to do the commandments of the Most High in order to even get some understanding. You must first be weaned from the milk. Okay. You got to first go over this Torah. Get an understanding what the Torah is talking about. Understanding the commandments the Most High laid down before you get any kind of understanding. Let's prove it again. Isaiah 28 and 9. And then we're going to go back to Ezekiel. Because we're going to get the understanding of this today. And so, in a sense, it's going to stop all the naysayers, all the scoffers. Because people come with some wild doctrine talking about what's going on in the scriptures. I heard one person talking about, well, I ain't even gonna go there yet. I'm gonna say that for later. But I hear some wild stuff going over the doctrines in this Bible. And ain't nothing but foolish doctrines. Read that for me.
The book of Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 9.
Come.
Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Whom shall the Most High teach knowledge to? Keep going.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Who he's going to make to understand doctrine? Now the Most High make people understand doctrine, not man. The Most High opens our understanding. And he give that understanding to men to let other men, to tell these other men these things. And then them men go do their due diligence and search out these things by studying. The scriptures say, study to show thyself approved. Keep going.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
That are what?
Weaned from the milk.
You must first be weaned from the milk. You can't dive into deep doctrines trying to chew meat. You're going to choke yourself.
Can.
Be happy with the milk right now. Try to keep the Sabbath day. That's hard enough for some people. Some people can't even keep the Sabbath day, but yet you try to tell me about a deep breakdown that's going on in the scriptures. You're going to tell me about fallen angels. You're going to tell me if a Mashiach Yahushua had a father or a mother or not. You're going to tell me about any other of these wild, Christ came for everybody in the world, but yet you don't keep the Sabbath day. You never kept a new moon. You don't know to walk around with fringes on. You don't know you shouldn't be eating pork. But yet the Most High going to give you some deep breakdown and some knowledge. When you come into this truth, the Most High was dealing with you when you was in that wicked world. But he gave you a little bit of knowledge about who you was. And once you got that knowledge of who you was, guess what you're supposed to do? Start seeking what he requires of you. But our people don't want to see what the Most High requires of them. You find out you're an Israelite, now you want to go into some deep breakdown. Oh, that's the star of Molech you're wearing. What? Huh? Really? Have you ever kept the Sabbath? Man, what's the Sabbath day? What, you want to tell me about the star of Molech, but you don't even keep the Sabbath day? Come on now. You got a precept?
No, I'll leave with something.
All right, come on, keep going on that for me, King.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Yep.
For precept must be upon precept.
Must be upon precept. Keep going.
Precept upon precept.
Come.
Line upon line.
Line upon line. Keep going.
Line upon line.
Yep.
Here a little and there a little.
So that's what we about to be going into. Precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. So let's get Ezekiel 37. Because we started off with Isaiah 34. To let you know that you got to seek out of the book of the Lord and read. Not one of these shall fail. The prophecies written of in this book is not going to fail. So when the Most High said, oh, these people will do this, and these people will act like this, it ain't going to fail. These people are going to act exactly how the Most High said they was going to act. Let's get that. 37 and 3.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 3.
Come.
And he said unto me,
What he said?
Son of man, can these bones live?
Can what?
Can these bones live?
Keep going.
And I answered, O Yahweh, thy power, thou knowest.
Only you know if these bones can live or not. Because mind you, our people are walking around in a dead state, not knowing who they are. But yet they living. They think they're living. They think they're really in a good life too. And not realizing you're dead right now. But keep reading.
Verse 4. Again he said unto me,
What he said?
Prophesy upon these bones.
Do what?
Prophesy upon these bones.
And that's what we about to go over. We about to go over some prophecies in the scriptures to pinpoint who the wicked is. Everybody can be wicked. We got some wicked Israelites. And guess what the Most High said about these wicked Israelites? Deuteronomy 28:46. Because we dealing with Esau, but guess what? All nations are wicked before the Most High. Israelites are wicked before the Most High. I was once wicked before the Most High. And it's a daily task every day to wake up, die every day and wake up and try to do the right thing. Everybody frown at people out there trying to do the right thing by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You start keeping the commandments and people say you following Hashatan. That don't even make no sense. The church will tell you when you doing crazy stuff, that's following Shaitan. But yet Shaitan going to tell you to keep the commandments of God. That don't even make no sense. That shows that Christianity is a hell of a drug to our people. Read that for me, King. 46.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Start at 45. Let's get some understanding.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
What?
Curses.
The curses that's written of in Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26 are going to come upon the children of Israel when you don't hearken unto what the Most High says. Keep reading.
Shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
Shall what?
And pursue thee.
So wherever you try to go and try to hide, these curses are going to follow you. Keep going.
And overtake thee.
Yep.
Till thou be destroyed.
Till you be destroyed. Till you don't even know who you are no more. Keep reading.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
What's going to be upon the children forever? These curses written of in the Bible. Now, mind you, this is also a sign to pinpoint who Israel is. And guess what? The other stuff written of in these scriptures are also a sign to pinpoint who this nation of people is, who this nation of people is, how this prophecy fit, how this prophecy go. And this is what we're about to dive into now. We're about to deal into some wickedness of a certain nation, the nation of Esau. Let's get that. Malachi 1 and 4. Now let's dive into it. I was going to start at one point, we're going to start at Malachi first because we're dealing with the wickedness. So we're going to see how you pinpoint who the wicked is. You got it?
Okay.
Read that from the King.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith,
Where who?
Whereas Edom saith,
Yep.
we are impoverished.
Yep.
but we will return and build the desolate places.
So a group of people said they're impoverished and they're about to return and build something that was already destroyed. Keep reading.
Thus saith the Most High, or power of hosts,
Yep.
they shall build, but I will throw down.
He gonna do what?
But I will throw down.
Now is he gonna throw it down immediately, or is he gonna wait for a disposition of time before he throw them down? Keep going.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
They gonna call them what?
The border of wickedness.
So who's gonna call them the border of wickedness? The people that see Edom doing these things. They are gonna call them the border of wickedness. Keep reading.
And the people against whom the Most High hath indignation forever.
And it's gonna, and when we see the wickedness, we're gonna say, oh, the Most High don't like you because of what you're doing. He's gonna forever hate you for that. But it said Edom. Edom. Who is Edom? Let's go back to a story in Genesis 25 to break down who Edom is. You know what I want, King, right? Gonna start from 20? Start from 20.
The book
21.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 21.
Con.
And Isaac entreated the Most High for his wife,
Yep.
because she was barren. And the Most High was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived.
So Isaac entreated for his wife, meaning he prayed to the Most High, hey man, my wife can't get pregnant. I hope she get pregnant. Help me out, Most High. The Most High heard his prayer. Wife became pregnant. Keep going.
And the children struggled together within her.
So children was in her womb and they were struggling together. So right now she don't know there's children in her womb. She only think there's a child in her womb. But all she knows, she's having birth pains right now. Something is going on in my stomach where this hurts. We asked the Most High for a blessing. He blessed us, but now I'm in pain. What's going on? Keep reading.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Why is this going on? Keep going.
And she went to inquire of the Most High.
Yep, so she went and seen the prophet. Keep going.
And the Most High said unto her,
what he said?
2 nations.
What?
2 nations.
No, 1 nation.
2 nations.
No, but these twins, they brothers. This is 1 nation.
2 nations are in thy womb.
So there's 2 nations in the womb. We normally know that only 1 person is a nation. Later on in the story, Isaac had 12 children. All of them are 1 nation. Each of those ain't a different nation of people. They're all 1 nation. Let's prove that. Zephaniah 2:1. Hold that right there. But we got to get Zephaniah 2:1 real quick to show that this is something the Most High is doing right here with his power. You got it?
Ken.
Read that for me, King.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
Keep going.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you.
The 12 tribes of Israel are scattered abroad. We must come back as 1 nation. Not 2 nations as in the old days, where we had the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. No, we got to join back together. We got to stop committing this wickedness we do against the Most High and come back and start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Let's get back to Genesis. Just to show that we are 1 nation and we got to come back. But right now, Rebecca got 2 nations in her room. She don't have 1 nation of people. Keep reading.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
No, they're going to be together holding hands.
2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
So the Most High is dealing with separation right here. The Most High ain't trying to bring everybody together. Let's coexist. But you got people out there that really think the Most High is for everybody. And the Most High want all nations to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, my Lord. Not of yet. Because if that was so, why did Genesis 10 happen? Why did the Tower of Babel get destroyed? We was together then. Why the Most High said, let me come down and separate them right then and there. But people don't listen to these stories. But every Christian try to break down the story, But yet they fail to tell people about Genesis 10 and the real what happened on what went down there. But let's keep going.
Ken. And the one people shall be stronger, so it's like it. Two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
One people is going to be stronger than the other people. Let's think about that for a minute. One people shall be stronger than the other people. So that means these two nations that's coming out, they're going to be separated. One nation is going to be stronger than this other nation. Mind you, it's just two kids right now.
Yeah, I just thought about it. It's people. It's like a group.
That means group. So she's going to have a gang of people coming out of her womb all of a sudden?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense.
It's like, you know, the lineage of these people
Yeah.
are going to be one stronger, the other one's weaker. The lineage, as it goes on and continue on.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder son is going to serve the younger son. This is prophecy written up. This is a prophecy right now that's going down. Keep going.
Verse 24.
Uh-huh.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Pause. Now, back then, they ain't have no, what is called a sonogram. That's what it's called when the women go to the doctor and they have their stomach. Ooh, you got twins in your womb. Ooh. They didn't know what was going on. But this is how the prophet worked right then and there. You got twins in your womb, and twins.
Yeah.
One stronger than the other. The elder shall serve the younger, huh? What's going on? Oh, snap! I got two boys in my womb.
Yeah.
They literally see, oh, this is going down. Now keep reading.
Verse 25.
Come.
And the first came out red.
The first came out what?
Red.
No, ruddy.
Red.
Okay, it said red there. But we're going to touch on that ruddy part later on. Keep going.
All over like an hairy garment.
And he was all over, he was hairy, all over like a hairy garment. It's got a comma right there. It didn't say he came out like a red garment. No, he came out red and hairy. That's what it says, right?
Ken.
Red all over and a hairy garment, like a hairy garment. Keep going.
And they called his name Esau.
They called his name what?
Esau.
Keep reading.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Yep.
And his name was called Jacob.
Keep going.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him.
Pause. Now, these are twins in her womb. Why did they describe the one son, how he looked? Why did they say he was red and hairy? If Jacob came down, shouldn't they say he was ruddy and hairy? Or ruddy and smooth? Or red and smooth? Why they ain't put no description of how Jacob looked? People really need to think about this. Pause. Don't just run through it and think you got some knowledge now. Oh, see, this means this is, wait a minute. It just clearly said Esau description. We ain't given a description for Jacob. Why was that? Well, let's keep reading.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Yep.
And his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him.
So the mother saw who came out first. The mother is witnessing, oh, there go my son Esau. Dang, why he red and hairy? Dang, here come the other one coming out, took a hold on his heel. Dang, that's Jacob. Okay, so she know who came out first. So she just heard the prophecy. My older son got to serve my younger son. That's simple. But somehow it get lost in translation when the story keeps going on. Oh, he deceives her. Oh, she lied. Oh, and this and that. Come on, why would you say all of this when you just read what the Most High said? This is what the prophet said. It was already a miracle that he foretold. You got two nations in your womb. You got two different manner of people in your womb. You got twin boys in your womb. But now all of a sudden, oh, no, that can't happen. But keep reading.
Verse 27.
Come.
And the boys grew.
And the boys grew up. They're growing at this time. Keep going.
And Esau was a cunning hunter.
Esau was a cunning hunter. This is an attribute of Esau now. He's cunning and he's a hunter. He's a cunning hunter. He know how to go out and hide in a bush, take his bow and arrow or his sword and catch animals. That's what hunters do. So if I was to pause right there and think about it, who hunts today? All types of people go out and hunt, but there's a group of people that hunt for sport.
Ken.
Everybody do hunt, but some people hunt for sport. Other people just hunt just to get their food for that day. I don't need to get food for a whole year.
Yeah.
Depends on if it's wintertime, mind you. But even still, I'm gonna make sure I kill this one animal. I'm gonna use everything on the animal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just gonna go kill this elephant. I just want the tusk.
Yeah.
Who does that? That's what but that's a cunning hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kill this elephant and just take the tusk.
Ken.
I'm not hunting for food no more. I done turned hunting into a sport. Keep reading.
A man of the field.
A man of the field who likes to go outside and play with animals.
Mm-hmm.
As the comedian said, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You got this particular race that go all over the world messing with all kind of dangerous animals, but then when you tell him about going to the neighborhood of the ghetto, he's scared. Why is that? Why is he scared to come to the hood after you just dealt with the deadliest scorpion in the world, or the deadliest spider in the world, or you just had the deadliest beast sting you, but yet I'm afraid now to go into the hood because Pookie might do something to me. and to say it blunt, this is letting you know that it's already in DNA. They already know this people here is stronger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go mess with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jumping ahead of the story, but that's plain as day. But let's keep reading.
And Jacob was a plain man.
A what man?
A plain man.
A plain man. What does plain mean? He was a simple man. I don't like to do too much. I'm going to try to sit here and relax all day if I can. As they say, and it's just simple.
Yeah.
You can look at it. He's a plain man who dwells in tents. That means I ain't trying to do nothing. They already like to say it. We're lazy. Oh, you got it up there? Oh, look at that. Brown and red. Look at that. That red one crying out. Oh, if he was hairy, that's Esau. But the other one came out, they didn't describe him, but we jumping ahead. I don't want to have no what's the word I want to use? I want to give them, I want to try to be biased right now. I'm trying to be biased because I already know the outcome of everything. But just reading the story on Esau so far, I'm looking at a cunning hunter. He's a man of the field. If I sit down and look today, who like to go hunt? Yeah. I remember that lady who went out there and shot that white lion for no reason, just to take a picture with it. Cut his head off and hang it on the wall. Who does that? And then I could look at Jacob, a plain man. He dwells in tents. He ain't trying to do nothing. He relaxes all day if he could. Well, let's keep reading.
And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Yep.
And Isaac loved Esau.
Isaac loved Esau and what?
Because he did eat of his venison.
Now, mind you, only reason Isaac loved Esau because, dang, you cooking some venison.
Ken.
You doing good with that venison because you going out catching it, you're cleaning it, you're cooking it. Fine. Okay, cool. Keep reading.
But Rebekah loved Jacob.
Now, why did Rebekah love Jacob? It didn't tell us why. But she understood the prophecy because the elder must serve the younger. She's making sure, okay, you're going to be the future right now.
Ken.
You understand what's going on. Mind you, you know how Rebekah even got to Isaac? That was the same one when he sent the servant out to go get him. For Abraham, the servant, go find somebody for my son. She came to Isaac without even knowing who Isaac was because a prophecy had happened there. Prophecy after prophecy is being fulfilled right now. And now she see a prophecy. Oh, what? For real? Okay, prophet, thank you for telling me this. This is what happened. Now let's keep reading.
Verse 29.
Come.
And Jacob sought pottage.
Yep. He was making pottage and stuff. Keep going.
And Esau came from the field.
Yep.
And he was faint.
He came from the field. It's hot. He ain't catch nothing it seemed like. And he's feeling faint right now. It's probably a hot day that day. He out there trying to hunt. Now, mind you, Jacob already cooking up pottage. So why you still out there hunting? He already cooking potters, but yet you was in the field. What you in the field doing? What could you possibly be in the field doing right now? You got food, you got everything you need, but yet I'm a cunning hunter. I just want to go in the field and hunt. Keep reading.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
With the same what?
Red pottage.
Dang, he want everything red. Keep going. You red. Now you want to eat something red. Keep going.
For I am faint.
Now, you so hungry, you talking about you about to faint. Now, if I think about a group of people, when hard times get on them, they go crazy. They jump out of buildings and stuff. Not knowing we've been in this predicament since we've been here. We ain't going crazy yet. We ain't jump out no window. We sitting down making us some pottage. The scraps you done gave us. And we're going to cook it up and still try to dwell in our tent and be happy. We're going to make something happy for us. But this is the two different mannerisms of the people now. It's about to break down. Keep going.
Therefore was his name called Edom.
So you like to eat red pottage? Now we're going to call you Edom too. You like to eat red, so you red. After you already look red. But keep going.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
Now why did Jacob say that out the blue? Jacob didn't know what was going on. Neither did Esau. They wasn't there for the prophecy that was said. But Jacob, out of his supplantingness, or he's so cool with it, hey, you hungry? Well, sell me your birthright. Now, he simply could have said, nah, I'm straight. Hey, Mom, could you put together a biscuit or two for me? But you so hungry, though, what you said. Verse 32.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die.
He's not about to die, but yet he think he's about to die because he's over-exaggerating like that. Who over-exaggerates nowadays? What kind of people like to over-exaggerate when it ain't that bad? Oh, the economy is crashing. We're losing our money. When the Wall Street crash, what they go and do? They jump out of windows. For what? Not knowing that Pookie been struggling all his life. He ain't jumped out of damn window yet. You feel me? No window yet he jumped out of. But Esau, though, he's jumping out of windows because he thinks it's the end of the world. Because, hey, we're going to get into the more prophecies on that. Keep going.
And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
I'm about to die, so what good is the birthright now? I'm about to die, so feed me. You can have the birthright, who cares? Keep reading.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him.
Now promise me you're going to give me your birthright. I promise. That's the first thing that just happened now. Esau just know he just gave away his birthright. And he swore on that thing. Jacob said, hey, swear to me. Okay, I swear. So they just had a deal amongst themselves right now. The parents don't know what's going on. So right now, it already should be set in stone. It should be set in stone right now. Jacob is going to get the blessing. You gave me your birthright. The birthright normally go to the firstborn. But we already read the prophecy. The Most High did what he did. It wasn't no surprise to the Most High. Look at Esau selling his birthright. It was no surprise. It was already prophecy. But keep reading.
And he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
Yep.
Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. And he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Because
he despised his birthright. So right now, Esau shouldn't even care about a birthright. Because he despised it. But let's keep going on there off in the story. 28 and 23. Is it 28, 23? Let me see. That's Sloppy. I wrote it down. Wow, 26 and 23 is it? No, we just came out. Oh, 27, Sloppy. We're going to start at 27.
Okay. Chapter 27.
Yeah.
And 23?
No, we're going to start at 27 and 1.
Okay. The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 1.
Okay.
And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim,
Come.
so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him,
Yep.
My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I.
Yep.
And he said, Behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison.
Pause right there. Now, we already understand that Isaac loved Esau because he made the venison.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Esau, come here, man. I want you to make me some venison, man. All right, cool, Dad. No problem. Keep reading now.
Verse 4. And make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
Pause right there. Now, Esau know he just sold his birthright. So when his dad made that comment to him, he should, I'll go make you, wait, so you can do what? Bless me? Dad, you can't do that, Dad. Sold my birthright to my brother Jacob. I swore to him, I'll give it to him. But Christian church say, oh, see, some wickedness is about to go down. They
Yeah.
put it on Rebecca, they put it on everybody but Esau. Esau know what he just did. I sold it. He despised it. What good is it? Who cares? But now, all of a sudden, you got to give me the birthright. All right, cool, come on. He jumped up now. He about to go do it. Now, keep reading.
Verse 5. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it.
Now, she heard what's over going, dang, he's doing that. But the Most High said, the elders shall serve the younger. So I got to make something happen right now. Keep going.
And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Most High, before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats.
Yep.
And I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth.
So pause. So mind you, he didn't have to go hunt for the meat the previous time because they got goats right there they can eat. So what he was still out in the field doing? Hunting. Now his dad said, man, go out there and hunt and go get me some of that venison. He could have said, you know what? I got goats over here.
Yeah.
I could cook good. I could make it taste just like that venison. Just like the mother is about to do. Like the father loved, like her husband loved to eat. Because before they came around, who was feeding Isaac? Rebecca was feeding Isaac all this time. So she knew how to throw down in the kitchen as well. But keep reading.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death.
So he like, dang, the blessing is going around? Dang, Esau know he sold it to me, so why he acting like that?
Yeah.
He know he bet me for, in a sense, he bet me. Hey, I give you this, you give me that. Cool. That was supposed to be done deal. But Jacob didn't even bring that up. But what Jacob said?
And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man.
So that's letting you know right there, this is the distinction between the two people. So how people can get off of, oh, that don't mean he was like that. When people read Genesis 25, Jacob just explained to you, he's a hairy man, and I'm a smooth man.
Yeah.
Gillette razors weren't out yet. It wasn't there. So this man is hairy. Mom, he hairy, I'm smooth. How can we pull this off? Keep going.
Verse 12. My father, peradventure, will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver.
Pause. Right now, I'm going to be like a devil right now. If I walk up to my father with this venison, he's going to rub my arm. You kind of smooth there. You're not hairy. You lying to me, son? Why would you? But keep going.
And I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing.
Now, mind you, he still didn't bring up the fact that, hey, Dad, me and Esau already settled this. I'm getting the birthright.
Yeah.
True indeed, Rebecca could have said, hey, Isaac, don't do that. The Most High said the elder shall serve the younger. She didn't do that, mind you. They both could have took this route, but the Most High is off in the mix doing what he got to do. But keep going.
And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse.
If he do happen to catch us, I'm gonna be the cursed one, not you, son. Keep going.
My son, only obey my voice and go fetch me them.
Yep.
And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob her younger son.
Let's go ahead and jump down to verse 21.
Verse 21.
Come.
And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son,
Yep.
whether thou be my very son Esau or not.
So he already knew what he was going down. Keep going.
And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau.
So you think Isaac is that far gone? Man, you sound like Jacob,
Yeah.
but you feel like Esau. What's going on here? Now he could have simply stopped right there and said, hold on. You sure? He could have continued to question him, but guess what? All he wanted anyway. I want my venison. I want to give out this blessing. Now the Most High works his way through people. People do things not knowing why they do it. The Most High does these things. He utilized people how he's, what's the word I want? So choose fit. However he want to do it. Keep going.
Verse 23.
Come.
And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy.
So he ain't even keep questioning. Your hands hairy, who cares? Let's keep going.
As his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him.
What he said.
And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am.
Okay.
And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near, and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Most High hath blessed.
Come.
Therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine.
So right now, this is the blessing Isaac is bestowing. He's letting there all the prophecies come out, the promises. Keep going.
Verse 29. Let people serve thee.
Let what?
Let people serve thee.
This is going to Isaac right now. I mean, Slacky, this is going to Jacob.
Yeah.
Let people serve thee. What people? All people. Keep going.
And nations bow down to thee.
What? Let who bow down?
And nations bow
Spell
down.
that word nation for me.
Nations.
So all the nations must bow down to Jacob. Keep reading.
Be I the one over thy brother.
Be the Lord over thy brother. This is the same prophecy that was written of at the beginning of 25. Keep going.
And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
Let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. That's talking about Isaac. Esau. Let Esau bow down to you. Keep going.
Curse be every one that curseth thee.
Curse be the one that curses you. And this is what my Mashiach Yahushua starts saying.
Yeah.
Curse them that curse you, bless them. And he started going into that. But instead of we curse it, doing them bad, we go ahead and bless those that curse us so we can heap coals on top of their head. Because Most High said, this is how I operate. This is why, mind you, people use that quote, what Yahushua said, but don't even understand it came from Genesis and other parts of the scriptures. But keep going.
And blessed be he that blesseth thee.
Yep.
And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob,
Yep.
and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father,
He was just leaving out the door. What happened?
that Esau his brother came in from his hunting.
Yep.
And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me.
Pause. Now, why does he talk about the blessing if you just said earlier, I don't care about the blessing? But now, bless me, Father. Dude, you just gave it away and you said you don't care about it. But now you want to be blessed. But this is the wickedness. This is part of the wickedness now. You that wicked, you know you did something you can't. But that's why the scripture says, if you know you take something from your brother, don't be hesitant to give it to him. You know what is usury?
Mm-hmm.
Don't deal in usury with your brother.
Yeah.
But this is usury right here. All this had to go down only if Esau would have said, you know what? It's yours, bro. But when you get proud and lifted up, you can't go back. You a proud man. And that's what they say about Esau. He's a proud person. But keep reading.
Verse 32.
Come.
And Isaac his father said unto him,
What he said?
Who art thou?
Who are you?
And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau.
And he let him know the elder shall serve the younger. He's the firstborn. He should be serving the younger. But keep going.
And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that have taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed.
You can't go back on it now. I blessed him, he's going to be blessed. That's that. But what happened?
And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
Why are you crying? You just gave it up, homeboy. You already gave it all away, but now you steady want to cry. But that's Esau, though. Should have did all that. You should have again been man enough to say, "Hey, I gave it to my brother.
Yeah.
Don't bless me, Dad. Hey, Isaac, come here. Dad want to give a blessing out here. Give it to him, Dad." That would have been the manly thing to do. But as the scriptures tell us, before any of them did any right or wrong, so the Most High, let's get that real quick. Hebrews. Wait, Romans. Come on. And you wonder why the story of Esau and Isaac is Esau and Jacob is in the New Testament. You got it?
Yeah.
Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, and verse 11. Maybe I should start at 10.
Let me see.
Let me start at 10.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, verse 10. And not only this, but Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac.
Yep.
For the children, being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
And that's that. Before they was born, the Most High already said the elder gonna serve the younger. That's just that. Let's get it also in Hebrews 12.
Hebrews 12:12. That's what I got. Yeah. 12:16. Salaki. Yeah.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, and verse 16.
Come.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
Why did he call him a fornicator and a profane person? What was profane about it? Keep going.
Who, for one morsel of meat, sold his birthright.
Yep.
For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
He was rejected for the blessing.
Can.
Keep going.
For he found no place of repentance.
He found no place of repentance. Why? Because he couldn't say, he couldn't just, yeah, Dad, I already sold it. That was your repentance, forgiveness. But he couldn't even do that. Keep going.
Though he sought it carefully with tears.
Oh, cried out. That's what Genesis just said. He cried like a little girl about the birthright, knowing that what you just did.
Yeah.
Wait, is it one more?
That's it.
11 and 20.
What, Hebrews?
Yeah, Hebrews 11 and 20.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
By what?
By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
Now, and when they say by faith, he already said, you sound like Jacob, but your hands are like Esau. It was a faith thing working now. Hey, I'm about to just get this blessing out. That's just that. I'm about to say what I'm about to say. I can't go back on it. I blessed him. Now what? Even though when he asked me, you Esau? Yeah, I'm Esau.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go back. Because we're about to get the blessing of Esau real quick. Because Esau did get somewhat of a blessing. And we're going to see what his was. Read that for me.
The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 35.
Come.
And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away my blessing.
Nobody took away nothing. You already gave it away. But keep going.
And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he have supplanted me these 2 times.
Now he's going to say he supplanted, like he tricked him.
Yeah.
No, dude, I ain't tricked you. We had goats. Like the mother just said, go get 2 goats and you can feed yourself. But he wanted to go hunt for his food.
Yeah.
When you got goats already. You got it already. But no, I want to be out there hunting. I got to hunt down something. Come.
But when he said it for the Venice, it was a deer. That's what he wanted.
He wanted deer.
Yeah.
But the story continued on. Hey, I can take 2 goats and make it taste like deer.
I understand that.
Yeah, I understand the whole thing, but at the same time, when he sold his birthright the first time around, his dad went asking for deer. He had goat there. He had lamb more than likely. He had some good natural foods around him that Esau could have cooked up. Come.
Rebecca made that food so good it didn't matter what it was.
You feel me?
He ain't questioned the food not once.
Not once. He ate it.
He questioned
Yeah.
Jacob, but he questioned
Yeah.
Food. That's what I'm saying. And that's even nowadays. Even now when we go out and try to get food in the world, they tell you it's one thing, but it be another. And if you're not up on game, guess what? You don't know either. People eating human. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. But hey, as they got it on YouTube, I'm gonna just push a little bit. On YouTube right now, they got a dude, Jewish dude, talking about, hey, he put human meat in hamburgers.
McDonald's.
See, if it's true, I don't know. But people go eat it and don't realize what they're eating. Because you can do a lot of stuff with preservatives and all that other stuff. As my brother used to say, just because I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna do it. But what you were saying?
No, I was gonna say the scriptures say as far as Isaac, it says his eyes were dim and he was almost ready to go. So every time I read that, I just realized. I just look at it as this. Most High put a blessing for Jacob, as it was said to her when she was with child. So all this, it had to happen in this way because
Already.
it was never for Esau anyway.
Before they did anything right or wrong.
Yeah.
So the Most High election can be sure. I choose who I want to choose. I already chose Jacob in the womb. I'm going to make sure stuff play out the way he get it. When all that stuff happened, the Most High had his hand in all of that. He told Rebecca to do that. He told Isaac, hey, you blind because of me. You even said, you sound like Jacob, but you feel like Esau. You know what? I ain't going to question it. Come here. Give me a kiss. You smell like him too, so well, hey, let's keep going. And that's that. And that's the key thing about when we dealing with Esau. Because, again, Christianity will try to pimp something else to us. They say, oh, see, they was wicked. But, hey, Esau started off the wickedness. If he didn't do what he did, that whole chain of events wouldn't have happened. But because he did what he did, it had to happen. But keep going.
The book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 36.
Come.
And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob?
Yep.
For he have supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he have taken away my blessing.
The birthright is the blessing. Come.
This is what the scripture says when everything sounds better in the Hebrew tongue, because he just asked the question, is not he rightly named Jacob? And in the Hebrew, it is supplanter, so it makes sense when you understand the meaning of his name. Because is not he rightly named the supplanter? That's what he's saying, because he's supplanted.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And behold, now he have taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou now reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants.
And everybody else is going to be his servant. What else do you want? But let's keep going.
And with corn and wine have I sustained him.
Yep.
And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing?
So
my
he
father?"
kept begging, give me something.
Yeah.
I'll take anything. Keep going.
Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
So he keep crying. He's crying about this thing. Keep going.
Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth,
Come.
and of the dew of heaven from above.
Now, mind you, that's part of the same thing what he just told Jacob at the beginning of his blessing. We both want to have the fatness, but at different times though. But keep going.
Verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
That's the key verse right there. By the sword shall you live. Whatever you want, if you want the fatness of the earth, guess what you got to do? You got to use your sword for it. Jacob don't have to use a sword. It's automatically going to be given to him. But you, Esau, you got to use the sword to get the fatness of the earth. Key verse, sword. You're going to live by the sword. And in the old saying in the world is, when you live by the sword, guess what? You die by the sword. Now, what we heard that at in scripture before? That's in scripture.
When Yahweh Shah is talking to Peter.
He told him that too. Because it wasn't the time yet. But where's the key verse we always like to use? Mm-mm. You know what I'm talking about, right? Ah. Revelations.
Oh, really? That's true. I should know that.
Everybody should know that scripture.
Yeah.
Let's get it real quick.
Revelation.
You know which one I want, right?
You said Revelation?
Yeah. Him that have an ear, let him hear.
13 verse 9.
Ken. The book of Revelations, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Come.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
And what else?
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
And the verse 40 in Genesis says, and by the sword shall I live. So guess what that means for Esau? He got to be death by the sword. That's simple. That's a precept upon precept right there. You can't get no easier and simpler than that. So Esau, you want to live by the sword? Guess what? You must die by the sword. Go back to Genesis. You can't get around that. So we already know what Esau's end is.
Yeah.
Destruction. Death. Off the globe. But keep reading.
The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother.
And do what?
Serve thy brother.
And even in that, you got to serve your brother. So we already pinpoint two things right now. He's the sword that he got to live by. Now let me get on Psalms 17 and 13. Now we started out with Malachi, letting you know, well, we went through the precepts first, but then Malachi let us know he was the border of wickedness. So Psalms about to let us in on something dealing with the wickedness and the sword. Psalm 17, 13.
The book of Psalm, chapter 17 and verse 13.
Khan.
Arise, O Most High.
Yep.
Disappoint him. Cast him down.
Disappoint him and cast him down. Keep going.
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
Deliver my soul from the wicked. Keep going.
Which is thy sword.
Which is what?
Thy sword.
Which is what?
Thy sword.
Now, realize it or not, when the Most High wants somebody to really do their thing, the Most High sending Esau after him. Esau is the wicked. That's the Most High sword. He's going to have that wicked come rain down on you. You can't get around that right there. Esau is the wicked of the earth. He's the border of the wickedness. What else do wicked people do? Job 9:24. As in so we can understand what's really happening going on with when it comes to this.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24.
Huh?
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
What?
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
You're going to have the fatness of the earth. This is part of his blessing.
Can.
And how did he get it? With the sword. He went around with the sword, conquering nation after nation after nation after nation, to now he's the king right now. He's in his heaven. He's in rulership. And what else did he do to pinpoint how we know he's the wicked? Keep reading.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He did what?
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Now in Genesis, he told us that your brother is going to be your Lord, meaning he's going to be your judge. But he said, "No, I'm going to cover his face too. I'm going to make his face look like my face." The ultimate judge is the Most High.
Can.
Adam was a judge to all of the earth. He was the Lord over all the earth. Hamashiach Yahawashah is another judge. And what do all three of these people have in common? They look like a particular race of people right now. He covers the faces of the judges. Precept upon precept, prophecies. This is happening right now. We can see it with our own eyes. Maccabees 3 and 48. Another prophecy, another precept to show what the wicked or the heathen has done.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48.
Come.
And laid open the book of the law,
Yep.
wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
The likeness of what?
Their images.
Now, the law is the children of Israel. They saw what the people of the children of Israel were like. No, we're going to paint our likeness instead. Now, if you've never read the book of Maccabees, Maccabees 1 and 1. Let's get the very first beginning of First Maccabees, and who started to take over during that time. You got that for me?
Can.
Read that.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1.
Yep.
And it happened, after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius king of the Persians and Medes,
Yep.
that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
So what?
The first over Greece.
What do Greece people look like? Grecians, or the Greeks. Now, he reigned over that. But keep reading, though.
And made many wars.
He did what?
And made many wars.
Keep going.
And won many strongholds.
Yep.
And slew the kings of the earth.
And he did what?
Slew the kings of the earth.
So that's letting you know he's living by his sword right now. This is who he is. They live by the sword. They're going to go over and take over things.
Yeah.
And when they take you over and conquer you, guess what they do? I'm now them people. The Greeks was normally looking like us. But once Alexander stepped up, I killed them, slew them. Nah, that's me now. And it lets us in on a little bit more of that. Keep going.
Verse 3. And he went through to the ends of the earth.
He went around the whole earth doing this. Now the scriptures, Job just told us, what it said to Job?
The earth.
The earth is given to the hand of the wicked.
Can.
So Alexander just went around the whole earth, subduing it with the sword. Precept upon precept. We ain't even really getting to the color too much yet, because who did this? Who's doing all of this? Keep going.
And went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations.
The spoils of many nations. Keep going.
And so much that the earth was quiet before him.
Nobody want to say nothing against him now. I done took over everything.
Yeah.
That happened once again in Britain time. It was a saying that the sun does not go down on Britain, because Britain had conquered that much land, had that much rule over the whole earth. Well, I'm going over here conquering. I'm over here, but I'm going to go beat people up in Africa. Come on.
There's a base in the U.S., like every part of the world. There's a base in Guam, there's a base in South Korea.
Yeah, and it keeps moving. That's, in a sense, it was like, I ain't even going to say a transfer of power. It was like, okay, man, I'm getting old, bro. You take over for me.
And I was just reading a news article where the base in South Korea was like, all right, we're gonna do the what was it? Oh, but South Korea had tight restrictions for the quarantine and stuff. The base said we're gonna do it how we want it. And the
That's the crazy part. How you in a whole nother continent, or somebody else people, and you gonna tell them what you gonna do? I'm gonna do what I want to do. You better not say nothing. If you do, I'm gonna slap you.
That's crazy.
And that's what America is right
Yeah.
now. And who runs America?
Grecian.
The Romans, Grecians, that same eagle. The same eagle. Mind you, we ain't even touch on Obadiah yet, but that's their logo.
Yeah.
Everybody got a logo. And guess who Esau's logo is? The eagle. Let's prove it real quick. Obadiah. Gotta prove it. People gonna say, because they read eagle in Deuteronomy and they said that don't mean eagle. That's just a bird that claws that stuff. That's the chicken. But I ain't gonna go there though. But this is how you gotta put the scripture together now. Because if you can't get the understanding of these, who the wicked is of the earth, when it's telling you it's the eagle, but now you come. When it's the eagle, how you now going to say, when Deuteronomy was going over the animals and they say that's the eagle, but now you're going to switch it up. Oh no, that means this. Well, if that means that means Obadiah has no say no more. That means Deuteronomy 28, when they talk about that a fierce nation shall come against thee, as swift as the eagle flyeth, it's not talking about that no more. But this is how people don't even line the stuff up they say, because they haven't been weaned off the milk yet. You got that in Obadiah from a king? 1 and 3, is it?
Ken.
Let's get it.
The book of Obadiah, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
So okay, verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
Sloppy. 1. Because we got to let we know who we talking about. Sloppy.
1 and 1. The vision of Obadiah,
Cut.
thus saith the Most High,
Yep.
concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Edom.
Go ahead.
We have heard a rumor from the Most High, and an ambassador been sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Come.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Yep.
Thou art greatly despised.
You've been made small, meaning people are starting to look at him like, you're nobody. I don't like you like that no more. We did have treaties with you, but I don't like you like that no more. They used to be down with Ishmael, but Ishmael like, nah, I don't like you like that no more. They used to be down with the Canaanites. No, I don't like you like that no more. Canaanites is the so-called African. No. Used to be down with Moab. No, we're going to come out with our own money. To the fact that now they fight amongst themselves.
Yeah.
But keep going.
Verse 3.
Come.
The pride of thine heart.
The what?
The pride of thine heart.
Come on, Dad. You got a blessing for me, Dad. He stole my birthright and my blessing, Dad. But you gave it away. That's the pride of you right now. Keep going.
Have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
In the what?
In the clefts of the rock.
Now, that's talking about Mount Seir. But everybody can open up a dictionary and see what Caucasian means. What does Caucasian mean? And where that's at? What is a mountain but a rock? Georgia, Russia. So how is this possible? How is all this stuff lining up right now? We didn't start calling you Caucasians. You called yourself Caucasian. Y'all got this written in your books. But the scripture already said this though. The scripture already said how we can pinpoint who you are. You live by the sword, the fatness of the earth. But keep reading it through though, in Obadiah.
Whose habitation is high.
Who like to stay in high rises? Mind you, Jacob is a plain man. He dwell in tents. We ain't trying to go up that high.
Nah.
If a fire break out because we are cooking chicken or grilling, we can't do nothing.
Yep.
We trying to get down. We want to stay closest to the ground as possible. You talk to people, black people don't like to fly in airplanes. But Esau, he created everything. I need to get around the world to conquer. I want to go visit everything that I own. We're going to have chariots that do that for us. We're going to hop in our own chariots and come on. But keep going.
That saith in his heart.
What he said in his heart.
Who shall bring me down to the ground? Thou Slack it. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
As the what?
as the eagle,
As the what?
as the eagle.
Who exalt themselves like the eagle?
Can.
What's the national bird for America? What was the national bird for Rome? What was the national bird for Greece? This is where they came back. We're going to come out and rebuild the desolate places. We're going to come take over everything. And once we destroy it like they did in Japan, we destroyed it, and guess what? We're going to help you build it back up. Who does that? You literally dropped a bomb on these people, build them back up. Now everything comes from Japan or Korea or China. They're on the back of stuff. You literally destroy the people, help them build up so you can have their hand in their pocket at the same time. But keep reading.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Thy set thy nest among the stars. Now some people say they nest is on the moon. But as we know, they never left this atmosphere. They never did it. So what other nest could it be? But just to show you how the Most High worked, the eagle has landed. This is how the Most High work. Even when you lie, we're going to catch you. The eagle has landed, huh? Y'all really that bold and prideful? You want to say you went to the moon, say the eagle has landed, on the back of your quarter, you got the eagle sitting down with a nest on the moon. Not knowing who the real stars are. The children of Israel. He's trying to sit amongst us and try to be our head now. That's not going to happen. But keep reading.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars,
Come.
thence will I bring thee down, saith the Most High.
And the Most High is going to bring you down. Read that 5th verse for me.
If thieves came to thee,
Uh-huh.
if robbers by night,
Yep.
how art thou cut off?
Uh-huh.
Would they not have, would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Now, he's comparing Esau to a thief. Most thieves come in, I take that, I take that, I take that. Okay, that I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But keep reading about Esau. How Esau do it, though?
If the great gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
That's some. I just want to leave some grapes, but not
Yeah.
Esau. What Esau do?
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
So, and this is how Esau operates. When he come to steal, I'm taking everything.
Yeah.
I want it all. I ain't leaving you no grapes. I ain't leaving you nothing. But this is the killer verse right here. Read the next verse.
Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
All the men of thy confederacy.
Oh, the what?
All the men of thy confederacy.
Confederacy. Ooh. Who walked around with the Confederate flag? Why would they use that they could have called that flag anything. But in their spirit, we're going to call it the Confederate flag. Really? You really going to do that against the children? Now, mind you, the one who had the Confederate flag wanted to keep their nest among the stars. We ain't want to let these Negroes go. We want to keep them in slavery. We want to make sure we're their lords. But the Most High did everything for a purpose and a reason at the end of the day. So we get now, who's the wicked of the earth? People might say it's the Arab man. But how does the Arab man fit these prophecies right here? I never seen the Arab God painted up.
No.
Arabs don't even, or Muslims don't even like to paint their God. So how did they paint the likeness of their images? Nobody think about that. That's why we just don't go on color first. We go on precepts. We go on prophecy. What these prophecies say, how does it line up with who fits who? Is there a military base of Muslims over here? Do Muslims have military bases all over the world? What is their local bird? What bird do they have? Is the eagle their national emblem? Have they ever said the eagle has landed on the moon? These are prophecies written up in the scriptures. Now, he's a wild man, don't get me wrong, but he don't live by the sword. He don't go out and hunt. They still got camels over there. He ain't go out there and take a whole, what is called? A whole set of animals and make them extinct. That's the word I want to use.
Yeah.
A whole set of animals just extinct because a group of people want to go out and hunt them just for fun and sport. What you got here, Romeo?
I was gonna say Micah 2 verse 2 and 3.
Micah 2 verse 2. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Right after that.
Then they'll go in the lab to try to bring the animal back to life.
Yeah.
You see me? Why would that's some wicked stuff to do. That's beyond wicked. I'm gonna kill the animal, save some DNA, go ahead and try to splice it together so I can be like God. And sit in the place as God, calling myself God. Who talked about this? Who told us about that? That's the wicked. You got that?
He said Micah.
Micah 2 and 2.
And 3 also.
2 and 3?
2 and 3.
All right, let's get it.
The book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 2.
All right.
And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Ooh. How can you oppress a man, his house, and his heritage? How can you do all that? Come on, now start at verse 1. Get to verse 1. Let's read into this.
Verse 1.
Let's read into it.
The book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Come.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Woe to him that devises iniquity, meaning you doing something dealing with sin and working evil upon their beds. Keep going.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
They practice evil even during daytime. Keep going.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because you can do it, this is why you're doing it. Because you can go ahead and do sins in daytime, nighttime, in front of everybody. I'm going to do it just because I can do it.
Let's go back to Esau. I mean, that's why they said he was a murderer from the beginning.
Yeah.
So in the morning, it's saying that from he was little, he's been doing wicked from
All the time.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changed with Esau. But can you read verse 3 now? I mean 2.
Verse 2. And they covet fields
Yeah.
and take them by violence.
They do what?
And take them by violence.
Who's going to want living by the sword? Keep going.
And houses and take them away.
Yep.
So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Keep reading.
Therefore, thus saith the Most High, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil.
Now, mind you, that's also dealing with the children of Israel. Because we ain't want to keep the laws, we got to deal with this evil and wicked man now. He's not going to take this evil and wicked man away from us. Because of what? Because we don't want to keep the laws of God. Because we want to say, you know what? Eating shrimp is better than eating lamb. That's what our people say. I don't want to eat that lamb. I want some crab and shrimp. I got my stimulus check. I'm about to go buy up all the shrimp and crab I can.
Yep.
I'm going to spend at least $200 on crab and shrimp. And I'm going to wash it down with some pork chop and fat backs.
You want to steam too, with some butter.
Steaming butter? Oh, yeah, you know. They be coming.
Steam with that butter, boy. Oh my gosh.
Can I get some mussels? All kind of wickedness our people are locked up in because they don't know they are the children of Israel. Let's get back into that wicked man. Proverbs 29 and 2. That wicked, wicked man. Yeah, that's it. Start at 1 because he just brought out Micah. We're going to start at 1.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 1.
Yep.
He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck.
Every time we get reproved, we become more of a hardhead in a sense. Thinking that, oh, it's okay, it's good. Keep going.
Shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy.
We're going to be destroyed if we don't keep these laws. We already destroyed one set away because we don't know who we are. We're going to get that double sword now. Destruction upon us. Keep reading.
Verse 2. When the righteous are in authority,
When the righteous are in authority, what?
the people rejoice.
So as soon as Israel can come back and start ruling, everybody's going to rejoice. Why? Because you're going to be able to get some good fruits with seeds in it.
Okay.
You're going to be able to work a decent job and get paid for the work you do. And not get, what's the word I want to use? Work like a slave for no reason, for pennies on a dollar. When your counterpart is getting a gang of bucks, you ain't gonna have to walk around and deal with certain abominations. Come on.
I just seen an article where Amazon or Jeff Bezos is about to be the first trillionaire, and you got his people working in factories for $15, $14 an hour.
You about to be a trillionaire,
Are you kidding me, man?
but you got somebody working for you for $15. Trillion.
That's crazy.
You can break everybody off and at least get them $100 an hour. You can literally circulate the people in your factory, so everybody can get that wealth. But hey,
They might not show up to work.
say what?
They might not show up to work.
Who might not show up?
I'm just saying, if they gonna have money, like,
Boy, they'll show up. They make $100. They'll show up skipping.
I'll be happy to make $100 an hour, but mind you, I'll be more happy to own my own business. I'll be happy to be in the kingdom and have people working for me. Because that's the end result at the end of the day. Because we just read the blessing that was given unto Jacob. The nations shall serve you. Mind you, but when they serve us, they're going to be happy to do it. Because of what comes with it. We ain't going to get to sit around and see a little girl get raped, robbed, and murdered. Put on the news. 15-year-old girl missing. 10-year-old girl missing. 12-year-old boy missing. Man shot in the back. Man beat down because he was just walking down the street by a mob of white people. All this stuff ain't going to happen in the kingdom. Israelites ain't going to be walking around looking at this Edomite and say, oh, let's beat them down. That's not the righteous thing to do. But keep reading that in Proverbs 29:2, the second half. But, keep going.
When the wicked bear rule,
Yep.
the people mourn.
The people what?
The people mourn.
That's what you see on the news every day. Mourning, crying. Well, our people like to look for a nation that can't help us, though. No justice, no peace. That's mourning going on.
Oh boy.
The Arab man ain't doing that to us. Even though they in the corner store selling us all the pork, because they still are in cahoots. At the end of the day, Psalms 83. Esau is the wicked of the earth. You can't get around that.
The book of Psalm 83 and verse 1.
Con.
Keep not thou silence, O Most High.
Yep.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High.
Con.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
The what?
They make a tumult.
The enemies of the Most High make an evil gathering. Keep going.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They hate the Most High power. Keep going.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They consulted against the children of Israel. Keep reading.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let's go ahead and change their name, last names. Let's beat them down. Let's rob, murder, and kill them. Keep going.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They're that confederate again, and they all are in cahoots. Every nation on the globe is in cahoots to keeping you not knowing who you is. What you got something?
yeah, I heard you said something about convert before.
Wait, heard what again? Say that again.
I heard you spoke something earlier about something about convert in the U.S. earlier, but I don't get it. What do you mean by confederate?
You ever saw that flag that got?
But there's a meaning behind confederate, though. It's not just confederate. Confederate means brotherhood.
Yeah.
Confederate is brotherhood. Well, confederate means like a union, like join together against.
You're right. They did join together. You're dead right, and that's why Psalms 83. Are you looking at Psalms 83 right now?
Yeah, I was hearing you say that, but earlier you used confederate just because of the flag.
No, what I said was this. It was a coincidence that they named their flag the Confederate flag. They could have named it anything, but after I said that, I said they was all together. They wanted to keep the children of Israel in bondage.
But the reason behind them naming Confederate flag, I'm guessing because the
Yes, it was multiple states. You are right.
So I wouldn't use the term as, just like union. Union is like union.
Exactly. And guess what? They could have used any name, but guess what name they chose? Confederate. Out of any name they could use, because you just gave me a good example, Union.
Yeah, but that's the reason behind it. Confederate is like a group of states together fighting against this other
But the group of states, what they was fighting for?
to keep slaves.
To do what?
Keep slaves.
One more time.
Keep slaves.
Okay. And that was the whole thing. Because guess what this verse came in with? Rob, house, bondage. When that word came up dealing with confederacy, and that's why we brought the word out again in Psalms 83. That's why I brought out the so-called Arab man, the Chinese man, the African man. They are still in confederacy. All them different nations are in confederacy. You're right. They gathered together.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to say. Shouldn't it mean like not really the U.S. in particular, but other countries working together to fight against Israel? U.S. is a part of it.
That's what Psalms 83 is about. You look at Psalms 83. What's the next verse? 6. Guess who's the first person in this confederacy to gang up against the children of Israel? What did it say?
In 6, right?
Yeah. What did it say? It's not a coincidence. They are the leaders of it. Guess what? What's the next name say? What? And who are they today? The so-called Arabs. Guess who built the ships that bring us over here? You ever heard of the Sahara slave trade?
Yeah.
Who did that?
It was a slave trade to the Middle East, right?
That's what we call it, but do them people call themselves Middle Eastern? No, they don't. They know who they are. Go into a corner store when you leave here tonight and say, hey, you come from Ishmael? And if you're a real Muslim, guess what you want to say? Hi. Come on.
Yeah, I used to work for like one of those international clinics, like doctors, where they have people that fly from all over the world. Like he does like special surgeries, whatever. But he dealt with a lot of people that came from the Middle East, and then even when you do like their background and their names, they have the name Ishmael on the back of a lot of them. We're dealing with like hundreds and hundreds of people. Mostly I'll say like 50% of these people coming in with the last name Ishmael.
Why? Because they know who they are. I done been to Israel, and they know who they are. And everybody over there ain't Ishmael. You got some other Abraham kids over there. Because mind you, what's her name? Ishmael mama. Hagar? Hagar. After she left, Sarah died. What did Abraham do? Who did he get with next? Yeah, he just said, who said it? Keturah. And how many sons he had? She had a good amount. And guess where they at? Still over there. And they will tell you, oh, I'm from Keturah. They'll say which son or whatever, but they know this stuff. It's only us over here because we miseducated, not what it's called, miseducation, because who runs our education system? Who? Because their nest is amongst the stars. We are them stars. Long as they try to be in Judah 5 and 20. Long as we keep sinning, guess what they know? They winning. We can't get around that. It's only one way to defeat that. Start keeping the commandments. If all of Israel was to keep the Shabbat just one time, we'll cripple the world really. Because we everywhere. So if all of Israel was to get together and say, you know what? On this Shabbat, don't go out, buy, sell, trade, none of this. And guess what will happen? Even though we in a lockdown, they will still be on a bigger lockdown. You think they was jumping out of windows because of the stock market crash. That's what they'll kill themselves by themselves. And we really won't have to do nothing. All we did was keep one law. The Sabbath day. Just one law. One. It's no coincidence the Most High said in Isaiah, is it 56? If them people keep the Sabbath day, 53? 58. If we keep the Sabbath day, it's done data. Done data. One day. That's the day he set apart for us. Can you get that to everybody? But read that for me.
The book of Judith,
Uh-huh.
and the Red Apocrypha, page 46, chapter 5 and verse 20.
Come.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor,
Mm-hmm.
if there be any error in this people,
Yep.
and they sin against their power,
And we do what?
sin against their power,
What will happen?
let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So they already know this. This is part of that confederacy. This is part of them knowing our history. How do we know that? Because First Maccabees 3 told us they took the law and they sought to like to paint the images of themselves in it. This is why all the precepts come together. This is how we know who's who. Keep going.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And they can overcome us just like that. Why? Because our power ain't fighting for us. It happened in Joshua time. Hey, don't y'all do that. And we did. And guess what? We went, no, we can go fight. We can win. Y'all better not go out there and fight them people. The Most High said he ain't with us. Many Israelites died that day.
Yeah.
And so we had to put that wickedness out of us. Mind you, it was because of two families that stole something. Point them out who did it. The earth opened up and swallowed the whole family. Because somebody in that family should have said, la-ah. You don't love your neighbor? This is why we have rules set in place. So when you see your brother going off, you're supposed to correct your brother right then and there. Because the Most High deal with us as a nation, not individualites. But keep going in Judah.
Verse 21.
Yep.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
In our what?
in their nation,
No, just 2 of us.
in their nation,
No, it only take 10 of us.
in their nation,
100 of us?
in their nation,
Okay, keep reading.
let my Lord now pass by,
Leave them people alone. Keep going.
lest their Lord defend them.
Let's who defend us?
Lest their Lord defend them.
No, we gotta lift a finger.
Let their Lord defend them,
Okay.
and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Before who?
Before all the world.
As the Bishop Lapalau like to say, them niggas, the Most High fight for them. And that's the crazy part. Yes, he is for us. All we gotta do is keep these laws, statutes, commandments. But the simple thing is, we don't even know who the enemy is.
Nah.
We fight each other.
Yep.
It was just a drive-by shooting down in Homestead. Brothers down there killing brothers, but they probably looking at the same thing on TV talking about the 2 white men that killed the black dude jogging. But then you turn around and kill your brother. That's the foolishness of our people. We don't know who the enemy is. The enemy is Esau. The enemy is Hashatan. The number one enemy, though, is ourselves. If we can conquer ourselves and keep these laws, oh, that's done data. Everything else going to fall in line. Give me, what you find, little precept for me?
Oh, no.
Sirach, 12 and 10. Because I talked about the enemy real quick. We dealing with Esau as the wicked of the earth. And after that, I'm going to dive into Ready real quick. Because Esau, they say it was red and hairy. Simple. After all the precepts we went over dealing with the wicked of the earth, he painted the likeness of themselves. He rules the earth right now. He's Confederate. The eagle is his logo. What nations of people do this? But the so-called white man. Nobody else. But then you give them all that information, then they'll come back and say, but David was ruddy. Not knowing what ruddy really means. Because they think they can speak the Hebrew and they dive into the blue letter Bible and say, oh, look, see, ruddy, red, ha, ha, ha. And they stop right there. See, he was red just like that. But then when you read the scripture, it don't even mean that. You think the people that put the book together didn't know the difference between red and ruddy? They could have simply wrote red where ruddy was at. But why would they put ruddy? But we're going to dive into that. Read that for me real quick.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Come.
Never trust thine enemy.
What?
Never trust thine enemy.
Keep reading.
For like as iron rusteth,
Yep.
so is his wickedness.
Just like iron rusteth, so does the wickedness. Keep reading.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Hi, buddy. How you doing? Yeah. Everything's good with you? Okay, yeah. You had a great day today? Ha, 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 yeah. That nigger over there, man. That's how they treat you. They smile in your face, but behind your back, they trying to take your place back there. Keep going.
That's an old school song.
I know. They don't know about that. But mind you, the tripped out part was that song was about each other, ourselves. That wasn't forced to another nation of people. We was talking because we treat each other like that. We supposed to be together, making sure another nation don't creep our brother. But nah, we gonna creep each other. But keep reading.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Ooh, as you wipe a looking glass, look, I can see everything. Keep going.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
You can't wipe away rust on iron, man. You can probably spray paint it, do all that stuff, but guess what? You still gonna see that rust. Let me get Psalms 55. 2. I'm not, my bad, 3. I'm trying to see where the other one at.
The book of Psalm chapter 55 and verse 3.
Come.
Because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression.
Because of what?
The oppression of the wicked.
The wicked person is oppressing us right now, but keep reading.
For they cast iniquity upon me,
Yep.
and in wrath they hate me.
And wrath, they hate. Why they hate us so? They already know who we are. It's a young man on Facebook. It's an old thing talking about, why you hate us? They say a man is supposed to live by his word. But you guys hate us. Why? Man, the Bible already talked about that. You going to complain to them when you should be talking to your brothers. Let's keep these laws. Let's build ourselves up. Not like Black Wall Street. Because on Saturday, they was booming business on Saturday in Black Wall Street. And you wonder why the Most High took them same Edomites, his sword, dropped bombs on them. But it's a sad thing to say, but that's what happened. We try all these different functions and people that try to put stuff together. When you don't have the Most High with it, it ain't gonna work. So I saw my brothers out there with their guns marching for that dude down the street. I saw that. That was a powerful thing. But was the Most High really with that? That's like that battle with Joshua. You want to sit up there and go try to fight a person who can fly a helicopter and shoot from helicopters. They won't even waste bombs because, in mind you, they trying to keep that neighborhood straight. They say the percentage of white people in that neighborhood is 70 to 20. It's only 400 people in that city. So they're going to try to preserve that. We'll just take a couple of helicopters, shoot from them from helicopters. But they thinking about the police. No, what about helicopters? But our people don't think that far ahead. They think because you can stand on the streets and I'm the Black Panther, I can hold my gun up. Okay, cool. Airwolf coming through on you. See, that's the old show. Y'all don't know about Airwolf. Airwolf had a helicopter that was quiet. Can fly through at night and you wouldn't know it was there. You remember that show, right? That's what I'm saying. They've been showing you that for a long time now. But keep reading the Psalms 55. I'm trying to find out where that verse at that talk about their wickedness as they pat you on your back. Is it 17? Keep reading. Start at 4 again.
The book of Psalm chapter 55 verse 3. Because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked, for they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is sore pain within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror have overwhelmed me. And I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest.
Pause. Jump down to verse 20. That's it.
Verse 20.
20 and 21.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Yep.
He hath broken his covenant.
Yeah, did what?
Broken his covenant.
Hey, question. What's the brother name? You? Since you deal with history, right? You know about history, right? Not a lot. You know how many treaties the so-called white man broke with the Indians? Treaties. A lot of them.
Especially Andrew Jackson.
Ooh.
He was one of the worst people.
Yeah. Broke a lot of treaties, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
I think one time he got shot, and he went to them, and they actually, he was fixing up vegetables, and then he turned around, and
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But this is the wickedness, though.
Yeah.
This is the wickedness of them. They break treaties. They come, hi, I'm your friend. Let's make a treaty. We're going to be at peace with each other. You're going to do this. I'm going to do that. We're going to be great friends and buddies. As soon as you turn around, read verse 21.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter,
Hi. How you doing? Keep going.
but war was in his heart.
Well, as soon as he turn around, man, I'm going to rain destruction down on him. Keep going.
His words were softer than oil.
Hey, friend. You want to go play? Keep going.
Yet were they drawn swords.
They was doing what?
Drawn swords.
So they pulled swords out. And if you didn't hear earlier, Esau lives by the sword. Anything he want, he got to use his sword to get it. You wasn't here for that part. That's in Genesis. That's in the beginning of the book. This is who he is. That's his attributes. War, sword. Can't get no better than that. That's who he is. And who does that but the so-called white man? Show me another race of people that do that as a whole, as a nation. That's what I would like to see. But people bring other nations up, like the Arabs. Arabs don't live by the sword. They don't go out in the field and hunt for sport. They're not a man of the field, even though they call them camel jockeys. But they don't do stuff like that. Give me one. Give me a group of people that do that. That does what? That lives by the sword, which is the modern day gun.
I thought the definition of sword was anything after the
Hey, whatever you want to use, buddy.
I mean, I think, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
coming from what I know, because my opinion changes. I think a lot of nations try to use each other, and
Okay, we'll go with that. We'll stay right there. Check. We'll check all nations off that in that box.
I said a lot of nations.
A lot of I'm gonna go with a lot. We're gonna say every nation. Since you said a lot, we're gonna go with every nation. Check. Now the next precept and the next prophecy is, what nation of people live in the field? Meaning they're a field person. They like to be out in the field. They like to hunt. Like to hunt for sport. Not for food, but for sport. I want to go out and I want to shoot me an elephant just to take the tusk. Who does that?
Sometimes I'm scared to give you guys an answer, because, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion. From what I've seen, I know if it's biased, but I know a lot of Africans who poach elephants, taking their tusks. So,
Now, I'm going to rock with you with that for right now. You say certain African tribes do this, right? Right?
From what I've seen, I don't know if it's like whitewashed.
No, we'll go with that. We'll go exactly what you said. Certain African tribes do this and they sell them. Sell them to who?
A lot of people, probably the Moab, Chinese.
So are they doing this for sport or are they doing this to survive? What? Survive. Okay. So we're going to check Africans off in that spot. Any other nation of people that like to go out and kill elephants for tusk and ivory and all this stuff? You don't know about the crocodile hunter or the person that like to hunt? We're dealing with hunting now. They like to be in the field, mess with dangerous animals, all this stuff. Who does that? What group of people on the earth will go out to the wilderness? I'm gonna hunt down this, as they say, crikey. Look at this is the most dangerous animal in the world.
Hey, wait for 8 hours for it.
Bring it out.
8 hours.
And I'm gonna pick him up.
8 hours.
Hey, I ain't gonna do it. The comedians. I ain't gonna say that because this is a holy thing. But comedian said I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna play with him. The most dangerous animal in the world. Dangerous animals. They known for playing with the most dangerous animals, and then turn around and say, "Hey, I ain't going over there. Can't go over there. Them black people crazy." Who does that?
They put it on their walls too.
Oh, well, yeah. That's another part of hunting. When you said poaching, what people you know got animals hung up on the wall?
Taxidermy.
Taxidermists. Who started that business, I wonder?
I would look into that though.
Look into it.
Look into who started the whole tax.
Look into it. You can look into whatever you want to look into, but the main thing you should be looking into, the prophecies of this Bible. Because after all of that, now we done went through, we checked off all nations for one column, we checked off Africa for one column, but yet, you have yet to say the nation of people that you know, because you here in America, that you don't want to say that.
You know what?
You don't want to say that, but hey,
You don't want to say that.
they can't see you.
You say they can't see you.
They ain't gonna put the thing up and, voice recognition. They ain't gonna do all that.
Oh man, the camera's facing this way.
Exactly. But that's the thing our people wrestle with. The same way how you wrestling with saying it, when we go out and tell people that and let them know you are the special person. The Most High love you and only you, according to Deuteronomy 7:6. There's several scriptures I can use. But 7:6 is clear as day. You are above every nation on the earth. They don't say world there. That literally says earth. And every nation, you are above them. You're not equal to, you're not the same. You are the apple of my eye. No other scripture says that towards any other group of people. And we was going over Psalms 83, and that said all these other nations hate the Most High. They hate him. And I ain't going to bunch all of them up together, because you might have some friendly white people. Just how you had some Israelites that didn't break no law. But guess what happened to them? Bondage. Daniel was a righteous man. Even at his youth, you can read about that in Susanna. A righteous young man. But guess what happened? Come here to bondage, buddy. Daniel, bondage. The 3 holy children, bondage. Ezekiel, bondage. The stuff he had to do, oh my goodness. Jeremiah, bondage. That's what I'm saying. We got to really be upfront with who is the wicked of the earth. And this is the Khan. Oh.
This is the guy who started the taxidermy.
Oh, look at that. James Cook, taxidermy. What nation of people he descend from? Do you know? Huh? Ding, 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 ding. You hit it. You hit it on the head. But that's the wild thing about our people, though. We'll give them all this precepts and all this good information, then they'll come back and say, 1 Samuel's. Read that in the King James Version for me real quick. What it was, 1 Samuel's 17:42. We'll give them all this good information, showing you who the Edomites are, showing you what people they descend from. Now, mind you, I ain't even touch on Idumea. That's who they also known as, a Greek term for Edom. That's what Alexander was dealing with, Idumea. That's a Greek term for Edom or Esau. All these precepts dealing with who they are, just with pinpointing who's who. Not even using color yet. But we about to dive into the color of the people. Because Genesis told us he came out red and hairy. But then when they read this in 1 Samuel 17:42, you got it? Read that for me.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17 and verse 42.
What did it say?
And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him.
He disdained looking at David. Keep reading.
For he was but a youth.
He was a young dude.
and ruddy,
And ruddy. Ooh, that's it on that? Keep reading.
and of a fair countenance.
He was ruddy and of a fair countenance. See, look, when you look at the Hebrew word, it's anima, and ruddy means red. See, David was a red man too. After all the precepts, after everything that's in this book that you should be focusing on, they go back to color and say, see, ruddy, red, They don't even know what ruddy means. Let's get another one. Because I'm about to hurt you in this one, boy. First, Songs of Solomon, 5 and 10. Now, we're reading out of the King James Version. After I read Songs of Solomon, Lamentations real quick, we're going to go into other versions of the Bible and just see what this word ruddy is and how the other versions of the Bible break this word down. Because mind you, the scholars could have used red right there, but why did they put ruddy? Mind you, people like to say, I can't read this book with the thous and thus and yea and ye's and it's old English. So what does ruddy mean in old English? Hint, hint. But read that for me in Songs of Solomon.
The book of Song of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 10.
Con.
My beloved is white and ruddy.
Is what?
White and ruddy.
See, Solomon, he's white too. That's two Judites white. See, I told you. That's it on that?
The chiefest among 10,000.
Okay. See, they think they might be going somewhere when they use, see, these scriptures say ready, white. Ooh, Lamentations 4 and 7 now. It was finished on that?
Yeah, I was looking at the next verse, but
Yeah, let's get the Lamentations now, 4 and 7. Ooh, let's get it.
the book of Lamentation, chapter 4 and verse 7.
Con.
Her Nazarites were purer than snow.
Ooh, they pure as snow.
They were whiter than milk.
Oh, see, they white too. Keep going.
They were more ruddy
Oh, they was more ruddy too. Ooh, keep going.
in body than rubies,
Mm-hmm.
than polishing was of sapphire.
So look at them 3 verses, and people look at that word ruddy, and now they run with, see, all of them white. All of them white. Y'all don't got no understanding. See, Esau ain't the white man. He's the Arab man. How you get Arab out of that? Beats the heck out of me. But let's go ahead and jump into that there. What now? Go to the first one. What did that say at the end of it? CEB. That is the Common English Bible. We about to see what Psalm 1 Samuel 17:42 say in the Common English Bible. Common English Bible. Get that for me.
All right, it says here, as he walked, Goliath looked carefully at David.
Mm-hmm.
He saw that David was a healthy young man
Yep.
with a handsome face
Ooh.
that made Goliath laugh at David.
So what does ruddy really mean? Handsome. He good looking. As the other one said, fair skinned. But they take that word fair skinned to mean, oh, see, he's light skinned. Nah. Because ruddy again ain't nothing but a reddish brown. Matter of fact, stop there. You got your Bible dictionary? Let's get that real quick. We about to look up the word ruddy in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. And let's see what it says there. And this is going to trip you out here, boy. This is going to be a trip here.
Definition of ruddy in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
Uh-huh.
A word used to refer to a red or fair complexion.
Yep, fair complexion and what?
In contrast to the dark skin of the Hebrews.
The dark skin of the Hebrews? Hold on. So the Hebrews got dark skin, but yet they're red and ruddy. What? That's a oxymoron in a sense. How you going to be sharp and dull? Huh? So obviously something is going on here. Now look at the word red for me. So we get an understanding what's going on. I ain't even going into the Hebrew. I can sit down there and try to break down the Hebrew with dealing with Adam, why I said red there, and all you got to do is just look at the last 3 letters of them words. If you don't really understand the Hebrew, you'll never understand it. So why even go that deep into it? We just about to dive into other Bibles real quick. You got that? What it say?
Definition of the word red in the
Mm-hmm.
Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary:
Yep.
a blood-like or a blood red color. The adjective red is applied to the following items: the badger skins dyed red, which
Yep.
formed the outward covering for the tabernacle.
And we know that was red because what's the three colors of the tabernacle? Kind is right there. That's the red it's talking about. But you see how it said this with red? But it's more than that?
And it says the color of certain animals,
Mm-hmm.
and it says the color of the human skin. Genesis 25:25.
And who was in Genesis 25:25? That's the red skin. But we're dealing with this word ruddy now. In the scriptures they use to say, see, it's the same red skin as that. But we just read ruddy. Ruddy ain't say nothing about no red skin. I did it. It did say in contrast to the dark skinned Hebrews, like the Wesley Snipes. That's a dark skinned Hebrew. I'm not dark like him. Neither is he. But when you really look at the word ruddy and keep reading all of those the what you call it, because it's going to give it to you plain as day.
All right.
What's the next one? The CEV?
Yeah, CEB.
That's the damn. I had it earlier. What did I say? That word?
Contemporary.
Contemporary. God darn, I can't say it
Yeah.
now. I was saying it all earlier today. Contemporary. Read that for me.
It says, when the Philistine looked David over,
Yep.
he sneered at David because he was just a boy.
Yep.
Reddish brown.
What?
Reddish brown.
What?
Reddish brown.
Ooh. That's what your ruddy means. But keep going.
And good looking.
And it's always going to be that right there. Good looking. Go to the next one. The Easy Bible. They got a Bible called the Easy Bible. Make stuff easy for you. You can't get no easier than the Easy Bible. Read that. It's going to sound a little crazy how they read it, but read that, King.
Oh,
And this is 1 Samuel 17:42.
Okay. That was the first one I had read. But it says, as he walked, Goliath looked carefully at David. He saw that David was a healthy young man with a handsome face that made Goliath laugh at David.
Go to the last one I sent you.
And the next one is a CEV version.
All right, that's a CEV version. Con.
It said, when Goliath saw that David was just a healthy, good-looking boy, he made fun of him.
That's it. Now let's get Songs of Solomon 5 and 10 in the different Bibles. No, in that one too. Yeah, I said those to you too.
Oh, okay. All right. Songs of Solomon, the CEV.
The CEV one again.
It says, he is handsome and healthy, the most outstanding among 10,000.
That's the same verse. So we understand that it means that, but keep going. Keep going. Let's get them all real quick.
In the NLT, it says,
The New Living Translation, mind you. Keep going.
it says, my lover is dark and dazzling.
It's what?
Dark and dazzling.
One more time.
Dark and dazzling.
That's the New Living Translation. Songs of Solomon, he's talking about I'm dark and dazzling. You can't get no better than that. Keep reading.
Better than 10,000 others.
I'm better than 10,000 other people, man. I'm dark and dazzling. Keep reading.
Next one is a GNB.
GNB. I forget what GNB is. The Global National Bible, I think.
It says, my lover is handsome and strong. He is 1 in 10,000.
Lovely and strong. That don't even got no really complexion in it. What did read that again?
It says, my lover is handsome and strong.
Handsome and strong. So I guess that's the handsome part for ruddy. Now Lamentations.
All right. The version of Lamentation, the GNB version says,
Another Global National Bible. Go ahead.
it says, our princes were undefiled and pure as snow.
Pure as snow, meaning they was righteous. But keep going, and I got the precepts for that too. But keep going.
Vigorous and strong,
Mm-hmm.
glowing with health.
What ruddy had in that one? It just talk about how they had a glow about themselves. That's it. Keep going.
And now this is the easy one, Easy Bible.
The Easy Bible again, Lamentations 4 and 7. Let's get it.
It says, in the past, the leaders of Jerusalem were more pure than very white snow.
We're pure. Keep going.
They were strong and healthy.
We were strong and healthy, like it said before in Samuel. Keep going.
Their bodies seem to shine like jewels.
The body seems to shine like jewels. Come on, man. Do that mean we transparent, we're clear, we're crystal? No. We just had a glow about ourselves. We was the original last dragon. See, y'all don't know about the last dragon, do you? You know about the last dragon?
Oh, you know.
The glow? Yeah, you don't know about the glow. That's it on those?
And one more. It says the NIV version of 1 Samuel 17.
Mm-hmm.
It says, he looked David over and saw that he was little more than a boy, glowing with health and handsome, and he despised him.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when people try to run off into this world ruddy, like they got some good breakdown, they don't know how to read Hebrew. They talk about ruddy as red. No, it's not. Because it's Old English. The people who translate the Bibles had that understanding. I'm not going to put red right here. I'm putting ruddy. I'm speaking Old English so the people can understand what it means. Because of the whole, what's the word? The context of the verse.
Yeah.
And that's that. With that, I'm going to close it out. We got any questions online? Any questions in here? Dealing with who is Esau. Hopefully after the end of this, everybody know Esau is the so-called white man.
That's funny.
It's just that simple. You know,
This is, I know this is not a part of the lesson.
mm-hmm.
There's another thing. Is it lawful for some? I don't know if is it lawful for a man to pull off?
Wow, really? Really? We'll talk about that in soldier class. We'll talk about that in soldier class.
Well, because we had a discussion today, right? And I was showing him Jacob's son, not Jacob's son, sorry. I was showing him Judah's son, and I was telling him that by
He
law,
was supposed to be having a baby with
his
that
brother's
wife. Was supposed to raise up seed for him. But he did something that was pure and wicked because he was getting it without completing the task. In a sense, he walked into it like, man, I'm not raising the son up for my brother. That's a wicked act. Listen again to the concept of the whole thing. The context of that story was the law say when your brother dies, you supposed to lay with your brother's wife, put seed in her, so that household now can have a name. Mind you, that's also why dealing with, it's the whole breakdown for that, dealing with when you got two different lineages in Matthew and Luke. Because that what happened there. Because somebody had to raise up seed for another brother in the tribe of Judah. So when you look at the different lineages in Matthew and Luke, that's why they differ in a little.
Alright, so we're trying to get to
The conclusion. We're going to discuss that off camera.
I understand, okay.
Come to soldier class.
We can't do it tonight?
We can do it tonight, but I ain't gonna do it on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Because mind you, somebody out there might want to want that understanding, but ooh, because again, sisters and children, hey, because that could go deep. Because mind you, the whole point, the pleasure that comes with sleep, is to raise up seed. We're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. That is our whole objective, is to multiply. Now, mind you, just because you even, what's the word I want to say? Relieve yourself inside a woman, a baby's not necessarily going to come. Who said a baby is going to come? Where babies come from? Exactly. The Most High ordained babies to come. If you're not ready to even do that, guess what you should not be doing? Laying down with that woman. Is she your wife? I'm just saying. This goes in general. When a man lays down with a woman, you're supposed to make her your wife. That's supposed to be your wife you laying with. Y'all supposed to be ready to have a family. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. In general, a man is not supposed to really lay down with a woman unless this is your wife, and you're supposed to be trying to raise a family up. That's the whole point of it. Solomon talked about the pleasure that comes with sleep. That is part of the pleasure that comes with sleep. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to have that as your wife. How many you choose, that's on you. You got to deal with the multiple headaches. Sometimes they can be a headache, sometimes they not. I don't know what kind of man you are. I don't know your finances. I'm not just saying. In a sense, it does, because again, the whole objective is, if you are laying down with a woman, is she your wife, first and foremost? And if she is your wife, you should have no problem with doing that. Why? Because you're supposed to be raising up seed for yourself. If y'all are not ready to do that, guess what? Abstain from it. And even still, who says you're going to get her pregnant the first time around? This is the wicked world we live in. You know what the foods do to you? It make women sterile. It make men sterile.
He knows about that.
So this is what I'm saying. We can't get caught up in that. Because people use that story and then run around and say, oh, I can't drop the seed on the ground, or lay with this harlot. Israel ain't supposed to be acting like that. Israel is supposed to be the righteous. Other nations are supposed to look at us for wisdom. So when we do get a rulership, that's why the whole earth is rejoicing. Because they get to see true wisdom now. They get to see a beautiful people act how they're supposed to act. A whole nation of people, why they treat themselves. Deuteronomy 4 and 15, I think.
That's one righteous people.
Is it 4 and 15 or 4 and 4?
4 and 5.
4 and 5. Read that for me real quick, King.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5.
Come.
Behold,
Yep.
I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High, my power, commanded me, that you should do so in the land where you go to possess it.
Come. And we supposed to possess the whole earth. But keep reading.
Keep therefore and do them.
Yep.
For this is your wisdom.
This is your what?
Your wisdom.
Your what?
Your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
In the sight of the nations. When you keep these laws, the other nations can literally look at you and say, this is a... Do it say that?
Mm-hmm.
Continue on.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say,
What?
Surely this great nation
This what?
This great nation.
No, we're a simple nation.
This great nation.
We're a weak nation.
This great nation.
We are a great nation. Keep going.
Is a wise and understanding people.
Is just that simple? Do you want to be wise and understanding and great? Or do you want to be living like, as the scriptures say, dead? Bones, dry, that can't live. Dumb, can't speak. What do you want? That's the key thing. What do you want? I hope I answered the question. I really want to go into it like that. Well, we did.
That's why I'm waiting for it to go off camera and have a big discussion about this. I just wanted to get started.
Anybody online got questions? Anybody?
Unless you wanted to call in.
No, we ain't the general. Well, we should have opened the lines up earlier. No, if so, we could have had the lines opened up earlier. But who online? We got the big cat and Bayaf online. Shalom King. Love Day 1. Shalom, Shalom family. Glad to see you tuning in. There. That's Karash. Shalom King. Lioness Heart. Shalom. Shalom Princess. What that say? Lion Issachar Shalom. Keolah. Ke Masul. Northern Tribe, what's going in? Yashkakana. Yashakia. Yasharala. Shalom sis. Oh yeah, she always tuning in. Khan. Shalom sis. Thank you. Sis Amanya. Yasharala. Moria. Khan. Shalom sis. Khan, that's it. So we'll give them a good couple minutes to see if they got any questions. And that's all the questions in here for tonight. None? All right. Almanium, Aqueduct, rise and face the east.
Can I do this? I did it early. Oh, where the other one at? Alright. Do the Lord's Prayer. I'm gonna do Psalms 123 too.
Hallelujah.
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 Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Kan. Psalms 133. Shayar.
Shayar.
Ama'agwa.
Ama'agwa.
Ladawad.
Ladawad.
Hana.
Hana.
Ma. Tawab.
Tawab.
Wama.
Wama.
Nayam.
Nayam.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Akim.
Akim.
Gum.
Gum.
Yakud.
Yakud.
Kashaman.
Kashaman.
Hatawab.
Atawab.
Al.
Ayah.
Harayash.
Ariyash.
Yara.
Yara.
Ayo.
Ayah.
Hazakwan.
Azakwan.
Zakwan.
Zakwan.
Aharon.
Aharon.
Shoyara.
Shayara.
Ayo.
Ayah.
Paya.
Payah.
Madawafiwa.
Madawafiwa.
Kato.
Kato.
Kamrumran.
Kamrumran.
Shoyara.
Shayara.
Ayo.
Ayah.
Hariya.
Ariyash.
Tezyawan.
Tezyawan.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Shem.
Sham.
Tezyawa.
Tezyawa.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Af.
Ah.
Harakah.
Abrakat.
Kayayam.
Kayayam.
I.
I.
Balam.
Balam.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Mashiach Yahushai.
Mashiach Yahushai.
The water.
The water.
Demyad.
Demyad.
Aman.
Amen. Psalm 133 in English. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded a blessing, even life, forevermore. Bahashem Mashiach Yahushai, the water and Yad. Amen.
Aman. All right, the Lord's Prayer, the La Palau, Allah one. Repeat the Hebrew. Abiyanawa.
Abiyanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwavka.
Malakavka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baharataza.
Baharataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Abdananawa.
Abdananawa.
Wakhom.
Wakhom.
Kayawam.
Kayawam.
Wasalachnawa.
Wasalachnawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Wasalachnawa.
Wasalachnawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabiyanawa.
Tabiyanawa.
Badasai one.
Badasai one.
Abo.
Abo.
Ashainawa.
Abashainawa.
Marai.
Marai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Wala'ala.
Wala'ala.
Walathaipara.
Watai Korah.
Ibalamyan.
Ibalamyan.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
The water.
The water.
Demyad.
Demyad.
Amen.
Amen. The Lord's Prayer in English, Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner therefore pray, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Bahashem Mashiach Yahushai, the water and Yad. Amen.
Amen. Get the Most High hand.
Hallelujah.
All right, so tomorrow we will have soldier class from 8 to 10. Friday is Bishop Lapalau history class, going over the history of Israel. Shabbat, we will have class starting at 11.